Yeah, very good morning to you all.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I request people, please mute your audio. Please mute your audio. Yeah, thank you. So a very good morning to you all. Today we have scheduled to discuss about the third unit, that is syllabus analysis. Before that, I would like to recap the lesson which we have discussed yesterday, that is role and responsibilities of an instructor. So let us, for a few minutes, let us recap this, what and all we have discussed yesterday, so that it will be more appropriate to go to the next lesson. So what we have discussed about yesterday's unit, that is role of an instructor. So instructor has a role, different roles, like an organizer and as a manager and as a student. So as an organizer, he has to organize training programs. So instructor के लिए few roles है, एक organizer है और एक manager है और एक student है. तो ऑर्गेनाइजर मतलब क्या है, ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स ऑर्गेनाइज करना, या शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्स ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स और लॉन्ग टर्म कोर्स और रेगुलर कोर्स ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स, ये पूरा ऑर्गेनाइज करना. और ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए टूल्स एंड इक्विपमेंट चाहिए और रॉ मटेरियल्स चाहिए और कंज्यूमर आइटम्स चाहिए. तो ये पूरा तैयार करना और प्रिपरेशन भी करना है, यही है एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजर. और एज ए मैनेजर, उनके पास बहुत सारा टूल्स एंड इक्विपमेंट्स होगा. तो ये पूरा मेंटेन करना, मेंटेनेंस में प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस होगा और करेक्टिव मेंटेनेंस होगा. तो कुछ चीज बिफोर गोइंग आउट ऑफ ऑर्डर मेंटेन करना और कुछ चीज आफ्टर गोइंग आउट ऑफ ऑर्डर रेक्टिफाई करना. और रिकॉर्ड्स टू बी मेंटेन्ड बाय एन इंस्ट्रक्टर भी है, बहुत सारा रिकॉर्ड्स होगा इंस्ट्रक्टर के पास, वो भी मैनेज करना, लाइक स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम अटेंडेंस रजिस्टर और वीकली शेड्यूल, मंथली शेड्यूल, मास्टर शेड्यूल, और ट्रेनिंग्स के लिए मंथली टेस्ट और उनका परफॉर्मेंस और प्रोग्रेस चार्ट, एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी मैनेज्ड बाय द इंस्ट्रक्टर. ये भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल है. और एज ए स्टूडेंट, हमारा इंस्ट्रक्टर शुड अपडेट द नॉलेज और अपग्रेड द नॉलेज. सो ऑल द टाइम ही हैज टू सी दी न्यू ट्रेंड्स इन द इंडस्ट्रीज, और अपना 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 ट्रेड में क्या क्या नया चीज और नया इंफॉर्मेशन आ रहे हैं, पूरा अपडेट करना और अपग्रेड भी करना है. सो एज एन इंस्ट्रक्टर, he has very important roles like an organizer, as a manager, and as a student. So as an organizer, he has to conduct training programs, he has to organize short-term training programs and the long-term or regular training programs. So that is one of the important roles of an instructor. Then as a manager, he has to manage the training activities, like along with him, he has trainees and tools and equipments, so many records to be maintained by an instructor. So everything he has to manage, and the maintenance also very important. Maintenance before going out of order and after going out of order. So this before going out of order maintenance is considered as preventive maintenance. So that has to be maintained properly. And corrective maintenance is after going out of order. So that has to be taken care by the instructor. So as a manager, he has to manage the training activities. And as a student, he has a role, very important role. He has to impart training, and also he has to update and upgrade his own skills and knowledge. So these are the three important roles of an instructor. Or next, मैं discuss क्या responsibilities. Responsibilities towards the learners or towards the institution or towards the parents, towards the industry or towards the society. तो responsibility मतलब क्या है, towards the learner क्या responsibility है हमारा. responsibility is very important. responsibility teach करना है, theory teach करना है और practical skills demonstrate करना है. So that is very important responsibility. So whatever knowledge we have and subject knowledge which we have to impart as per the syllabus, we have to complete the syllabus as per the time schedule. A very important responsibility towards the Chinese. And also we have to assess their performance. कैसे सीख रहे हैं लोग, and how much they are understanding cases, उसको समझ में आया नहीं आया, अगर नहीं मतलब we have to solve their problems. So this is one of the important responsibilities, and also testing and evaluation. Time to time, learners performance, learners knowledge skill should be evaluated, tested and evaluated. ये पूरा performance evaluate करने के बाद trainees should know all these things, क्योंकि next time they can do better. This is one of the important responsibilities towards the learners or trainees. और इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए कुछ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, क्योंकि वी आर द लिंक बिटवीन द ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन, दैट इज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, एंड द trainees. So whatever we are doing, the training activities should be informed to the institution, that is administration. और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन आएगा, हमारा फाइनल टेस्ट का डेट है और फीस यू हैव टू पे, ऐसे इंफॉर्मेशन वी हैव टू इन्फॉर्म टू द ट्रेनिस. इसलिए हमें लिंक है बिटवीन the institution and the trainees. So this is very important responsibility towards the institution, or responsibilities towards the parents. So parents, some parents maybe may decide to discontinue the trainees for their personal reasons. So उसी टाइम में trainees parents we should call and inform them. See, they are studying well after this course. This is skill related, and vocational skill means they, after completion of the course, they will get job. So don't stop your son or daughter from the training. So let them finish within few months only. So after finishing, they will get a course completion certificate. If they pass, then they will get a marks card, pass certificate, and CVT certificate. This is very good to get employment opportunities in the industries, and they will earn well. Like that, we should advise the parents also. That is also very good, important responsibility towards the parents. And industry, like institution and parents, industry also, we are the link between the trainees and the industry. So we have the responsibility to visit the industry and make on the job training, or any visits, or even dual system of training. Also we have responsibility to get MOU signed, and so that that our trainees will go and get training from the industry. So that also one of the important responsibilities. Our society, so building the nation is ultimately building the society. For that, we should make the sense of responsibility towards the society. So whatever we taught, and we should impart to help others. To suppose one person successfully completes her government skill, stitching of the garment, ladies garment, children's garment, or gents garment, and any opportunity comes, she has to teach the neighbor person also. So that is kind of social responsibility. And these are the important responsibilities of an instructor. और हमने डिस्कस किया क्वालिटीज में फिजिकल क्वालिटी, मेंटल क्वालिटी, मॉरल क्वालिटी और पर्सनल क्वालिटीज. सो व्हाई? बिकॉज instructor will all instructor will not be competent enough to perform job in an excellent manner. So sometimes they may lack interest, or sometimes they need to update their skills and update their knowledge. So that time they have to concentrate in what way we can improve our skills, like communication skill, or presentation skill, or preparing visual aids, or using computer systems, doing presentations through LCD projector, like that. So those qualities also, as an instructor, we have to improve. So physical quality we have discussed, like appearance and voice, audibility, and writing on the board. The letters should be properly written on the board. And these are the physical qualities of an instructor. And mental and moral qualities are related to psychological aspect, like, and we should not show our anger or stress when we are conducting the class. So we have to control our tension, or stress, or anger whenever we conduct the classes. So, and we should be injustice, and we should not be partial towards the trainees. So that is moral quality. And personal qualities, we have to improve our personal quality and also personality, and like communication skills, and grooming, personal grooming, and we should neatly dress, and improve our communication skills, and preparing visual aids, different type of visual aids, so that learning environment will be very interesting. So these are the very important qualities of an instructor. So all these things we have discussed, and with this I just complete this session, and then we go to the next session as per our plan. So welcome back. Um, as we have planned today's topic, that third unit, that is analysis of syllabus and course construction. So this is the third unit of our training methodology syllabus, analysis of syllabus and course construction. So we will have a syllabus. Every instructor or a trainer will have a syllabus related to his or her trade, and that syllabus has to be completed within particular duration of time, 1 year course or 2 years course, whatever it may be. Sometimes it may be a short-term course. That syllabus has to be completed within that particular duration of time before the final trade test. So that syllabus has to be analyzed properly. So what is the importance of analysis of syllabus, and what is course construction? What is the importance of course construction, and all we will discuss in this chapter. So after this discussion, today's topic, course construction and analysis of syllabus, the objective of this presentation is, that is, after completing this presentation, you will be able to achieve following objectives, following statements. So this is considered as learning outcome or objectives. Objectives are intended outcome. So after completing this presentation, you will be able to define important terms related to syllabus analysis and course construction. Then differentiate curriculum and syllabus. You will differentiate the terms curriculum and syllabus. Then state the relationship between the important terms. Then so many important terms we will discuss. All those important terms will have relationship with each other, that we will see. Then explain the steps in formation of your syllabus. Explain the steps in formation of your syllabus. What are the steps involved to form the syllabus? That also you will be able to explain. Then state the objectives of a specific course and state the objectives of a specific lesson. So course is a general outcome or general objective, and the specific lesson is your instructional objective. So both the objectives, the difference between the specific course and specific lesson, let us see. And also you will be able to define analysis of syllabus. What is syllabus analysis? Then you will be able to state the methods and advantages of syllabus analysis. Then you will be able to explain course construction. There is how to construct the curriculum, and how to decide the must know knowledge, should know knowledge, and the could know knowledge. So these are the objectives of this presentation. So let us, as per the objective, let us see the important terms related to syllabus and curriculum. And in that, first and foremost important thing is curriculum. So curriculum is defined as courses of study offered by an institution. So this is a course or courses of study offered by an institution. An institution may be a college or a training institute. It may have various trades. And if it is a college, it may have various branches. So if you go to the college, they will have a brochure. है ना. इफ यू अगर आप कॉलेज, एक कॉलेज जाना में बैचलर्स डिग्री होता है और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट डिग्री होता है, तो सारा डिग्री का डिटेल्स और एंट्री क्वालिफिकेशन, व्हाट आर द इंफॉर्मेशंस और एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया, पूरा एक मैनुअल ब्रोशर में दे देगा. So that brochure, you can say the complete courses of study will be considered as the curriculum. और syllabus जो है outline and timeline of the subject. So syllabus is a particular branch of study or a trade, particular trade, about the information about the particular trade of the course. So that is the syllabus, and the syllabus will have the outline and the timeline of the subject. It may vary trade to trade or branch to branch. For our system, CTS system, all courses are 1 year and 2 years courses, you know very well. So engineering courses and non-engineering courses being conducted by us. So syllabus is outline and timeline of the subject, and module is group of similar topics or lessons of your syllabus. This training methodology is a module of CITS. So CITS is a 1 year course. In that you have your trade skill, trade theory, and also training methodology. So training methodology is a different module which has a group of similar topics. We have 11 units in, 14 units in training methodology module. Group of similar topics or lessons of the syllabus only considered as a module. And unit is a particular division of a module allotted to complete within specific duration of time. So unit is a part of module. What is unit? It is a particular division of a module allotted to complete within specific duration of time. See, for example, in our training methodology module, we have 14 units. 14 units you have. So every unit has, separate lessons. Let us see what is lesson. Smallest part of a unit of instruction prepared after analyzing the syllabus. So after analyzing the syllabus, we are preparing the lesson. And lesson plan is a teacher's detailed description of a course of instruction for an individual lesson. So lesson plan means what? It is a teacher's detailed description of a course of instruction for an individual lesson. Like that, demonstration plan is detailed description of a course of instruction for an individual practical skill. So lesson plan, lesson, unit, module, syllabus, curriculum, we have seen the definition. Let us see the relationship between all those important terms. Before that, let us see the difference between curriculum and syllabus. So curriculum means it covers all the activities and arrangements made by the institution. It systematically describes the goals, planned, objectives, and content, learning activities for a specific time frame, place, tools, and evaluation procedures. So entire teaching, learning activities and the space required, or tools and equipments required, and the training methodology, evaluation process, complete information, even staff requirement also, how many faculties required, and even power consumption also, what kind of power capacity you require. Every information covers in curriculum. And syllabus, whereas syllabus is an outline and summary of topics to be covered in an education or a training course with the schedule of time. It is limited to particular subject of a particular course. So syllabus is an outline and summary of the topics to be covered in an education or a training course with the schedule of time. So time schedule will be there, and within that time frame we have to complete the syllabus. So अभी देखेंगे करिकुलम और सिलेबस का क्या डिफरेंस है. So करिकुलम मतलब इसमें कंप्लीट गोल क्या क्या अचीव करना, और इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, कंटेंट उसमें क्या क्या होता है, और लर्निंग एक्टिविटीज कैसे, कौन सा मेथड अप्रोच करना कंप्लीट करने के लिए, और कितना टाइम लगता है, कितना महीने लगता है, एंड कितना स्पेस चाहिए थियरी के लिए और प्रैक्टिकल के लिए कितना स्पेस चाहिए, क्या क्या टूल्स एंड इक्विपमेंट चाहिए और कंज्यूमेबल आइटम्स चाहिए, और इवैल्यूएशन प्रोसीजर क्या है, ये पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन करिकुलम में होता है. लेकिन सिलेबस में आउटलाइन ऑफ द कंटेंट, द टॉपिक्स, कितना टॉपिक्स है रिलेटेड टू द ट्रेड, और कितना टाइम में कंप्लीट करना. सो द टॉपिक्स, द कंटेंट एंड द टाइम ड्यूरेशन, within the time frame we have to complete the syllabus. यही है डिफरेंस बिटवीन करिकुलम और सिलेबस. और अभी देखेंगे relationship with important terms. You see the curriculum is a broader term. ये बहुत बड़ा चीज है करिकुलम. इसके अंदर सिलेबस है, और सिलेबस के अंदर मॉड्यूल है, और मॉड्यूल के अंदर यूनिट है, और यूनिट के अंदर लेसन है, और लेसन में लेसन ब्रेक करके हमारा लेसन प्लान बन सकता है. तो you see the curriculum is a broader term, and inside the curriculum, syllabus is there, and inside the syllabus you can find modules, and every module will have so many units, and one unit will have so many lessons, and one lesson can be broken into few lesson plans. We can make lesson plans by breaking the lessons according to our convenient, and also demonstration plan for practical skills. So by seeing this picture, you will understand the relationship with the curriculum, syllabus, module, unit, lesson or lesson plan. ये पिक्चर देखने में आपको समझ में आएगा हमारा करिकुलम और सिलेबस और मॉड्यूल और यूनिट और लेसन प्लान का रिलेशनशिप क्या है. तो करिकुलम इज अ ब्रॉडर टर्म और सबसे बहुत छोटा चीज है लेसन प्लान. इसलिए 30 मिनट 20 मिनट एक थियरी लेक्चर दे सकता है. उसके बाद लर्निंग रेट ऑफ लर्निंग विल बी रिड्यूस. सो मैक्सिमम 30 मिनट्स ओनली फॉर टीचिंग प्रैक्टिस क्लास यू कैन कंसिडर फॉर theory teaching. So that is the smallest part of a syllabus or a curriculum, you can say. Let us see the next information as per our plan. And next is formation of syllabus. So how syllabus, see, as an instructor, we are not forming the general syllabus, that is CTS syllabus, CITS syllabus, we are not preparing. There is an office, we have one Central Staff Training Research Institute. They are preparing syllabus for all the CTS and CITS courses. Those syllabus, being prepared by members, experts from the ministries, from the senior officers from the our department, and also industrial experts, even ITA and NSTI staffs who has experience with the syllabus curriculum development. So all these people together will meet and discuss, and finally by considering the need, what is the need for including these portions and excluding some portions and all, then finally they form the syllabus. So we need not to form any regular course syllabus, but for short-term course we can prepare syllabus. So अभी देखेंगे फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सिलेबस में क्या क्या होता है. रेगुलर कोर्स बनाने के लिए हम लोग को काम नहीं है, लेकिन शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्स बनाने के लिए एक वीक और 2 वीक और 4 वीक का शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्स बनाने के लिए एज एन इंस्ट्रक्टर हम सिलेबस बन सकता है. ओके, क्या क्या स्टेप्स है सिलेबस फॉर्म करने के लिए देखेंगे. पहले वाला स्टेप, बिफोर फॉर्मिंग ऑफ ए सिलेबस फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव मस्ट बी डिसाइडेड. सो सबसे पहला ऑब्जेक्टिव कंसीडर करना है. सिलेबस फॉर्म करने के पहले फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव, व्हाट विल बी दी अचीवमेंट, क्यों ये सिलेबस, किसके लिए ये सिलेबस बनाना, हु आर दी बेनिफिशियरीज, and must know knowledge of the subject matter must be included in the syllabus. So there are 3 type of knowledge: must know, should know and could know. 3 type of information है और 3 type of knowledge है. must know information, should know information, could know information. ऐसे knowledge भी must know knowledge, should know knowledge and could know knowledge. इसमें बहुत important चीज है must know knowledge. तो must know knowledge of the subject matter must be included in the syllabus, which is very much essential, which is very much important to that particular trade, that has to be included. Before actually starting a course or a topic, the planner have to decide on the objectives. So before starting the course, then decide on the objectives. What are this is general objective, not the specific objectives which we will have in the lesson plan or demonstration plan. Let us see the difference between the general objective or the specific objective. Even general objective also called as general outcome, and the instructional objectives are called as learning outcome. So let us see in the coming slides, so we will see all those informations. So decide on the objective, we have to decide the objectives. So objectives are the intended outcome for which the course is to be started, and what they expect the learners to become fulfilled immediately on completion of the course. So why objectives are very important? Because objectives are intended outcome. So it will be more specific, more achievable and realistic and time bound, so that any course, any event or any course, before starting it, if we have objectives, proper objectives, then achieving part will be very easy. इसलिए formation of syllabus भी बहुत important है. उसके पहले objectives decide करना और क्या क्या चाहिए after completing this क्या achieve करेगा लोग properly उसके लिए formation of objectives deciding objectives are very important to form the syllabus. Let us see, and also the content, method, purpose. These three terms are very important when you decide analyzing the syllabus or when you form the syllabus. Content are what, and method is how, and purpose is why. The content means what. For example, some particular trade is there, and related to the trade, what are the contents we can include. Then and the method, how they impart the training, theory, how they will impart, or practical, how they impart, how they demonstrate, and what are the tools and equipments, related tools and equipments are needed, and every information is very important. First, we decide the content, what is about that, and then method, what method the instructor will adopt to impart or transfer the skill or transfer the knowledge, and then purpose, why. What is the purpose of that particular trade, imparting a particular trade, or including the specific objectives or list of objectives. So content, method, purpose are very important before starting the course, or before starting the curriculum, or before making any syllabus. Because based on the content and method, purpose only, everything, what and how, why, everything will be achieved. So these three terms are very important. ये तीन टर्म बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है. कंटेंट, उसका मतलब क्या है, उसमें क्या है, उसमें क्या क्या लेना है, और क्या क्या लिस्ट करना है, क्या क्या इंक्लूड करना है, वही है कंटेंट. और मेथड है, मेथड मतलब कैसा है, कैसे, कौन से मेथड में कैसे ट्रांसफर होगा हमारा नॉलेज, इंस्ट्रक्टर का नॉलेज, हाउ इट विल बी ट्रांसफर टू द ट्रेनीज, टू द लर्नर्स. कौन सा मेथड अडॉप्ट करना थियरी के लिए और प्रैक्टिकल के लिए, वही है हाउ. And purpose is kyun, why we have to include all those things, why, what is the purpose of including those knowledge or information. So if we have all those things, then any training activity, learning, or any activity, it may be a curriculum preparation or a syllabus preparation, or conducting a long-term training program or short-term training program, will be successfully completed. So content, method, purpose is very important to solve what, how, and why problems. Then before deciding the content, ये तीन चीज बहुत important है. For deciding the content, three important things we have to decide: could know knowledge, should know knowledge, and must know knowledge. Or could know information, should know information, and must know information. Among these all informations and all the knowledge, must know knowledge is very important. That is must know information. So you decide the content by considering the must know knowledge. So any curriculum developers will consider this must information or must know knowledge to develop the content. And let us see deciding objectives for a specific course. So specific course, any trade, it may be a dressmaking trade, or computer operator cum programming assistant trade, or DTPO trade, or any trade, electrician or electronic mechanic, whatever it may be. Before preparing a lesson, syllabus or curriculum, we have to see the content first, that must know knowledge of the trade, about the trade. Objectives of a specific course will be decided based on the content and need assessment. So we have already discussed why this is important. See, for example, I will tell. See, we have so many NSTIs across the country. Every state we have NSTIs, and some NSTIs recently they have introduced new courses. So before introducing the new courses, we have to get approval from the competent authorities. So those competent authorities will ask us, that training institute faculty or head of the institution, what is the need for starting this new course? ये नया कोर्स शुरू करने के लिए जरूरत क्या है, क्यों ये नया कोर्स शुरू करना, वो important question का जवाब देना. क्योंकि by starting this new course, we will get job opportunities in this industries. अभी नया industry है, so many new industries are there, or so many people are recruiting, or IT or electronics related companies are recruiting for these skilled people. For that purpose, we have to start this course. So in that way, we have to convince the competent authorities the need why we have to start that particular course. So that is very important. So the objectives of the specific course will be decided based on the content and need assessment. Even for a particular course, after getting approval, then we have to form this, frame this syllabus. So when framing the syllabus, content, the need has to be assessed. Then based on the need, then we can, include the remaining units, modules, or knowledges, must know knowledges of the trade syllabus. So before starting a course, the planner will make a survey of all kinds of skills needed by developed and developing industries. So just now we have discussed, we have to answer to the question why you have to start the course, why you have to start the trade, and we have, and also we have to get a survey. We have to submit as a report, a project report, that we have made these kind of surveys in developing industries and also developed industries. So there is a need for this particular skill. So we will start this trade and we will train the trainees in this particular skill, so that after coming out, they will be competent enough to perform those skills and get the job in those industries. So this is very important. Before starting a course, a planner will make a survey of all kinds of skills needed by developed and developing industries. And this survey will enable them to know the skills required for industries. Based on this, they will determine the objectives of the course and develop the content. So ये पूरा कैसे content develop करना और कैसे objectives include करना, and उसके पहले क्या करना, initial work, like starting from survey, or listing out the required informations and listing out the needs. Then we are convincing that these are the points for this purpose we are developing this. And after once we start this, and after successful training, our trainees will be able to get job in these industries. So these are the very important points for deciding the objectives for a specific course, for developing the content. Content is already we have discussed. Content is what about, what is the information, or what is the content means what are all the information things are available in that. It may be a list of topics, it may be list of tools and equipments, or a list of staff members, or whatever it may be. What is about that is called content. For that we have to decide the objectives, and before that we have to do survey, and from the developing and developed industries. And you see now objectives. Now we'll see, we have discussed about objectives are very important. Then now let us see the types of objectives. There are in general, there are so many different types of objectives are there. In general, there are two types of objectives. One is course objective, the other one is lesson objective. In general, the objectives definition is intended outcome. That means after completion of the course, what the trainees will be able to achieve. Objectives are statements what they will be able to achieve. The learners achievement only the objectives. So general objective मतलब क्या है, और course objective is ये है हमारा training methodology book से मैंने लिया. लेफ्ट आप देख लीजिए, learning or accessible outcome. So ये learning outcome है, ये general outcome और course outcome है. कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव है, जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव और कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव है. ये राइट साइड आप देख लीजिए, ट्रेनिंग मेथोडोलॉजी में साइकोलॉजी ऑफ लर्निंग हमारा सेकंड यूनिट, और इसी में एक लेसन है लॉस ऑफ लर्निंग एंड थियरीज ऑफ लर्निंग. ये लेसन में आप देखिए ऑब्जेक्टिव्स है. एट द एंड ऑफ दिस लेसन द ट्रेनिस्ट विल बी एबल टू, or at the end of the lesson you shall be able to. So learner what they will be able to achieve in that particular lesson is listed out here. You see list of statements. This is called lesson objectives, that is the instructional objectives, learning outcome for the particular lesson. And this one ye left side dekh lijiye, course objective or learning outcome or accessible outcome. This is outcome in general. After completion of this CATS course, or training methodology module, they will become as a successful instructor. They will become as a good communicator, and they can plan the lessons properly. They can prepare for the lesson. They can prepare instructional materials and communicate effectively and use instructional technology and facilitate the training programs. ये पूरा general learning outcome है. Or specific learning outcome is your specific instructional objectives for a particular class. Theory class means you have theory information related statements, and practical means you have practical demonstration and skill related statements. And very important, एक बहुत important information है follow करना is use action verbs when you write the instructional objectives. When you write the learning outcome or instructional objectives, you have to use action verb. क्रिया use करना, क्रिया हिंदी में क्रिया है ना, क्रिया. So क्रिया use करना हमारा objective statement लिखना में. You see here general objective में भी आप देख सकता है plan and prepare the learners for the class using basics of educational psychology and motivating the techniques. Let us see the word beginning of the word which begins with a statement: plan, prepare, analyze, plan, communicate, use, design, organize, counsel, develop, apply, plan, apply, develop, and all, action verbs. So verb itself, action word. So when we state the objectives, when we write the objective statements, we must use the action verbs. So this learning outcome, the general outcome or general objective is this one about the course. After successful completion of the course, they will be able to become as a competent instructor. They will be able to communicate properly. They will be able to prepare instructional materials. This is general objective. ये देख लीजिए right side, specific objective for a particular lesson. Laws of learning and theories of learning. Laws of learning और theories of learning teach करने के बाद क्या achievement होगा? Afterwards, they will be able to explain the need and use of the laws of learning, or state the laws of learning, or analyze various theories of learning, or identify the importance of human senses, or analyze various causes of individual differences. ये पूरा एक class का objectives है. Instructional objectives are learning outcome for the particular lesson. So you see here also every statement starting with verb, that is action word: explain, state, analyze, identify, analyze. So about writing instructional objectives and about writing learning outcome, we will have a separate session and a very good information how to write objectives, instructional objectives or learning outcomes properly for a particular lesson, and all we will discuss detailedly. So now, as per our plan, we will complete this session. And then next is analysis of syllabus. So analysis of syllabus is very important. बहुत जरूरत है syllabus analyze करना में, क्योंकि we will get the syllabus, then we have to complete the syllabus within the particular duration of time. So for engineering courses 2 years, or non-engineering courses 1 year, an instructor has to complete the syllabus. तो सिलेबस कंप्लीट करने के स्टार्ट करने के पहले हमारा बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट काम है एनालाइज करना. बहुत वी हैव टू गो थ्रू द सिलेबस, एक यूनिट, एक मॉड्यूल प्रॉपरली वी हैव टू गो थ्रू, देन सो दैट वी विल प्लान सिंपल टॉपिक्स क्या है और टफ टॉपिक और कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक क्या है. ऐसे फर्स्ट इफ वी टीच सिंपल, देन कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक्स one by one we can complete, so that the students will be able to, they will be ready to learn the subject one by one. Once we start the simple concepts or simple topics in the beginning, if we teach the tough or complex topics in the beginning itself, then they will their interest may be less, and they may have the fear, oh, this much very tough, बहुत confusion है, ये बहुत complex topic है, मैं कैसे कंप्लीट करूंगा ये ट्रेड और ये कोर्स, ऐसे ट्रेनर्स विल थिंक. तो उसलिए we have to analyze the syllabus. So what is the importance of analyze the syllabus? Analyzing a syllabus is important in order to find out the sequence of topics to know what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach, how much to teach. So syllabus analysis बहुत important है, क्योंकि क्यों ये टॉपिक टीच करना और कितना टाइम चाहिए और कब टीच करना, so, क्यों कैसे टीच करना और कब टीच करना, ये पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए सिलेबस एनालिसिस बहुत जरूरत है. और सीक्वेंस ऑफ टॉपिक्स सिंपल टू कॉम्प्लेक्स, बहुत सिंपल पहले इजी टॉपिक्स इजी लेसन्स पहले टीच करेंगे, उसके बाद कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक्स धीरे धीरे हम टीच करेंगे ऐसे. तो उसके लिए सिलेबस एनालिसिस बहुत जरूरत है. और इफ एन इंस्ट्रक्टर बिगिंस हर टीचिंग आफ्टर एनालाइजिंग द सिलेबस, the training program can be imparted effectively without any confusion. और एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट एडवांटेज है इंस्ट्रक्टर के लिए, अगर एनालिसिस ऑफ सिलेबस के बाद इफ शी स्टार्ट डूइंग हर टीचिंग प्रोसेस, देन शी विल हैव कॉन्फिडेंट दैट कितना हमारा सिलेबस में क्या क्या लेसन है, क्या क्या नया लेसन है, और क्या क्या ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग सिलेबस में लास्ट ईयर और प्रीवियस सिलेबस में क्या है, ऐसे she will get some idea. Then after analyzing the syllabus, the training program which she will impart will be more effective and कुछ confusion नहीं होगा and effectiveness भी ज़्यादा होगा. उसलिए syllabus analysis is बहुत ज़रूरत है. और methods of analyzing syllabus, there are two types of methods of analyzing the syllabus. One is time based, the other one is topic based. दो important मेथड्स है सिलेबस एनालिसिस करना में, एक टाइम बेस्ड है और दूसरा टॉपिक बेस्ड है. लेट अस सी व्हाट इज टाइम बेस्ड एंड व्हाट इज टॉपिक बेस्ड. टाइम बेस्ड इज syllabus will be divided into modules. After dividing into modules and units, time will be allotted for the lessons. Time will be indicated in hours and minutes. So time based में after analyzing the syllabus, time based we can keep it. एंड आल्सो टॉपिक बेस्ड, टाइम बेस्ड में कौन सा यूनिट कितना आवर्स चाहिए और कितना मिनट चाहिए, और कौन सा प्रैक्टिकल लेसन्स और कौन सा थियरी लेसन्स के लिए कितना आवर्स चाहिए और प्रैक्टिकल के लिए डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन के लिए कितना आवर्स चाहिए. लाइक दैट वी कैन मेक दिस पार्टीशंस और शेड्यूल्स अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर कन्वीनियंट. एक्चुअली आवर सिलेबस, हमारा सिलेबस तो NSQF बेस्ड है. Already we have discussed National Skill Qualification Framework. We are following from CTS to CITS courses. So some of the CTS courses are level 4 and the remaining are level 5, that engineering and non-engineering. All engineering course syllabuses are level 5 and non-engineering 1 year courses are level 4. And CITS courses, all the CITS courses are level 6. So if you see the syllabus, already it is divided into modules and units and hours breakup, everything has been given. But this is for knowledge purpose. कैसे time based allot किया, कैसे topic based allot किया. For topic based is nothing but it has been taken based on the teaching learning activities. It continues till the trainees learn the particular subject and activity completely. There is no restriction of time. This kind of analysis will be helpful only in the case of research work. So topic-based analysis we can do, but we are not implementing and we are not completely following this topic-based analysis because our syllabus is time-based. We have to complete the syllabus on time. It may be monthly based or weekly based, or previously we were having every 6 month test. So within that, final trade test, within that we have to complete the syllabus. So our syllabus is time based. Topic based is for research work. You see, for MPhil and PhD and all in collegiate education, they will have minimum 3 years to 5 years. Some people will complete their research work within specific duration of time, but some people needs 3 years or 3.5 years or 4 years, like that. So that is depending upon the topic based. So topic has to be taken based on the teaching learning activities. So it is always depending upon the branches of study. So in our CTS and CITS system, maximum we are following the time based analysis. Let us see the next slide, that is steps involved in analyzing the syllabus. So after getting the syllabus, every instructor should go through the syllabus properly, and we have to analyze the syllabus in this way, like study and understand the subject, study and understand the syllabus. पहले हमारे पास सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज है, सी वी हैव क्वालिफिकेशन, वी हैव फेस्ड द इंटरव्यू एंड वी हैव बीन सिलेक्टेड बाय आवर डिपार्टमेंट. सो हमारा पास सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज है, लेकिन टीच करने के लिए और कुछ स्किल्स चाहिए ना. उसके लिए वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द सिलेबस फर्स्ट, then whatever capacity we have, the subject knowledge or skill, we can implement all those things. We can use those skills which we do not have, that we can acquire with the help of we can also attend the training programs. We can learn so many informations from internet and from reference books. So all these things we have to do. That is why studying and understanding the syllabus is very important. Then prepare a list of basic and advanced skill of the trade, and we have to prepare the list of things which is very important, and which is the basic one and which is the advanced one. So this is one of the very important point of analyzing the syllabus. Then prepare a list of theoretical and practical job to be completed during the course. And if it is now, as I told you abhi, हमारा syllabus output based. That means everything is there. पक्का theory portion से है, practical portion से है, theory topics से है, practical topics ये है. And practical के लिए कितना hours चाहिए, theory के लिए कितना hours चाहिए, इतना hours चाहिए ऐसे. So, but this is a general information. So if we have syllabus without theory and practical hours, then we have to go through that, and we have to prepare a list of theoretical and practical job to be completed during the course. Then arrange the topics for simple to complex. Then simple lessons क्या है, simple skills क्या है, और complex skills क्या है, ऐसे arrange करना. Then only शुरू करना में simple skills we can impart. Then distribute hours for each activity depending upon the complexity. Distribute hours for each activity depending upon its complexity. Already, as I told you, हमारा syllabus considering the complexity, considering the simple, considering the complex topics or complex skills, everything has been distributed. Now, for the particular lesson or particular skill, and we can have that particular lesson for a unit. We have timetable, specific duration of time, but for every lesson, every skill, we do not have that. For that, we can prepare by distributing hours for this many lessons, and for this many hours, this many practical skills, this many hours total for each and every unit topic to be taken, time duration required, and skill to be taken or demonstrated, completing time, that only available for each and every lesson, each and every demonstration. We can distribute the hours, so that is very important. And prepare master schedule. Master schedule is a schedule where you can have the complete syllabus to be covered and achieved. For example, 1 year course, you have 12 months, and every month you have monthly schedule, and you can also have weekly schedule, and you have daily timetable. And hello.
Yeah, Mr. Sarvana, hi. This
Yes,
is the coordinator from NIMI.
Yes, sir. Yes. Another 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Actually, the timing is, I guess, about to over.
Yeah. 5 minutes. It is over now.
Okay, please go ahead, because the other teacher is also waiting.
Yeah, I understand, sir. Yes. Over.
Okay.
Only 2 more slides. Yes.
Sure.
So we have to prepare master schedule. Master schedule is a schedule which has detailed information about the complete topics to be covered and what we have covered also. And timetable, monthly schedule, weekly schedule, and all you know how to prepare. That is also very important. And prepare instruction material for each lesson. So like lesson plan, demonstration plan, any charts, transparency, PowerPoint presentation has to be prepared. Everything we have. And advantages, whatever we were discussing is advantage only. After analyzing the syllabus, and it is easy to teach the topics simple to complex, and also creating interest among the trainees, required teaching learning aids, everything we can prepare well in advance. For that purpose, analysis of syllabus is very important. And also the success of the training program is achieved. हमारा पास बहुत अच्छा preparation है. We have prepared well and we have planned well so that we can complete properly well. So success of the training program is achieved. ये पूरा advantages of analyzing the syllabus. So course construction, see again I told you we are not here to construct a course. Just this is for experience. To construct a course, we have all this orientation, course objectives, instructional objectives, and course content. Everything is very important. And method of instruction, testing and evaluation and all we have to consider. And summary, whatever we have discussed now, important terms and its relationship, and steps in formation of a syllabus, objectives of a specific course, objectives of a specific lesson, then analysis of syllabus, then methods and advantages of syllabus analysis, and course construction, that must know knowledge, should know knowledge, and could know knowledge, then content, method, purpose, the what, how, and why of the syllabus. So these are the important informations we have discussed. If you have any doubt in this, you please you can ask me. With this, I am completing this session. Thank you. Yes, please. Any clarifications, any doubts? So today's session, we have recapped the previous class, that is duties and responsibilities of instructor. And again, we have started this one, analysis of syllabus and course construction. And we have completed with our objectives. I hope you might have got very good information about syllabus analysis and course construction.
We are done, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, done. And any clarification, any doubts, they can ask me if time permits.
I asked previous class how to see, sir.
वो दरवाजा सा
Previous classes.
Previous classes पूछ लीजिए.
अच्छा चल
Sir,
भेजिए फिर मैं भेजूंगा अपना
बताइए.
I asked
तुम्हारे मासी है वो इसी का देख के मिल गई मुझे पता है देख के मिल गया नंबर
No more questions.
sir. Previous classes how to see, sir.
अब तो प्रेम से कुछ पूछना है सर से.
झोपड़ी के अलावा तुम विंडो फ्रेम वाला बनाना
साइलेंट हो जाओ.
विंडो फ्रेम तो है आसान
Tomorrow also 11 o'clock we have class. Tomorrow also you please join. Very interesting topic.
जो पेंसिल डर के
Sir,
12 बजे तक. 12 बजे तो
दादा
12
पेंसिल
बजे
फेर दो
तक. Anything you want to ask?
नहीं बना रहा मैं अपने आप को बनाओ यहाँ मतलब टेंशन नहीं लेगा बना यार तू वहां से भेज दे सीधा ही मैं ऐसा कोई चक्कर नहीं भाई मैं भी दुखी हूँ मैं टाइम नहीं मैं काम में जाना भी आ रहा एक जगह काम कर काम जाना
how to sir previous classes, sir.
ना मुझे काम जाना कहाँ जाना
Hello.
काम जाना मुझे लगा
Yes, sir.
क्या बोल रही है पता है?
हेलो. So many people, सारा लोग बात कर रहे हैं ना, इसलिए कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहे है. क्या क्या आपके डाउट है क्लैरिफिकेशन से आप पूछ लीजिए और मैसेज भी भेज